Today in the Smuggler's Room, we're feeling nostalgic, and we're really enjoying the Book of Boba Fett. So, we're going to combine the two, and we're going to take a vintage toy and give it a whole new look. That's coming up. What's up, you awesome geeks? I'm Brian, and welcome to the Smuggler's Room. This week, this chubby geek is really feeling the nostalgia, and I'm totally, like I said, enjoying the Book of Boba Fett. And so we wanted to take one of our vintage toys and actually give it some new life. Growing up, I was a lucky kid, and I had a lot of the cool vintage Star Wars collectibles. But even more so, I was lucky enough to have a mother who would go around and find all the missing heads to all the Luke Skywalkers and all the missing parts to as many things that she could find and keep safe for me. So now in my adulthood, I still had all of those collectibles. Now, of all those toys, I did have my favorites, and Boba Fett's ship, Slave One, the Firespray, was among those. So that's what I want to do today. Today, I want to give it some new life, a new paint job, update it, so that it'll last another 40 years. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm gonna make a couple of changes here. Using the toothpaste was okay. I think I've actually used a toothpaste that has some additives that are essentially not making it chip very well. Overall, I'm not real thrilled with the chipping effect. Isn't as much as I intended. So I'm going to redo it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up some more gray. It's this Game Color gray, which is typically what you paint on with a brush, but I have some alcohol blending solution, and basically I can thin this gray down to the consistency of milk in one of these cups. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to spray over some of these areas, and then we're going to use rubber cement. That I've used in the past, and we'll give that a try and see if we can improve on this. Round 2. And what I'll say about round 2 is don't be afraid of it. If you need to do something again and you're not happy, then just do it again. And we're going to use rubber cement. This is the cheap Elmer's rubber cement. Yeah, that's a lot of blue tape. Let's carefully peel back some of this stuff. Let's see what we got. See, I like the way it peels. I've got a little bit of the leftover paint from the last batch just peeking through. And I kind of like that. It indicates a lot of layering going on. The contact cement, it peels really nice. As a matter of fact, it almost peels as nice as the liquid latex does. And liquid latex is not super cheap. And the contact cement, I think this bottle here was like a couple bucks at most. That is a lot of masking. All right, time for some green. So I don't have the exact green colors that screen accuracy would dictate, but what I am going to do is shift over to a dark green. And what I want to do is I want to stipple a little bit on the lighter green. And we're going to go back to using rubber cement again. Okay. Taking the masking tape off definitely is a lot like Christmas. Let's see if that did anything for us. Oh, yeah. All right, there we go. Got to clean up some of the little leftover dust pieces on there, but got a really cool transition of color on both sides. Little built-in weathering there across the nose here. By the time we add a little wash to it, it's going to look good. The entire process of this build really isn't about screen accuracy or the perfect paint job, and it's certainly not improving how the toy works. No, this is simply something I've been considering for a long time with my collectibles, whether it be the vintage toys I've had since I was a kid or newer toys I picked up because I like the look of them. That said, I've always wondered if they could be improved upon. Now I know there are a ton of collectors out there that'll see this and it'll be terrifying that I'm ruining a perfectly good collector piece. And I'll say this, I get it, I understand, and I'm still gonna do it. was pretty funny, but I never noticed the little H for Hasbro on either of these. I've owned this toy since I was a little kid, and I guess I never looked at the bottom enough to notice the little H there. That's pretty cool. All right, let that bad boy dry. I might have a problem. I need two. The juice lid. Might be the world's most perfect greebly. And it just so happens that it's about the right size for this. Some modifications. I have to make room for our wings. So basically, this piece here has to roll. And so I need to make a notch in this so that this will fit. And I think I'm just gonna take and cut this out. Fit right in there. One thing left is to dress this guy up. So I didn't show much of this as I was building it, but that's because I didn't really do much. I put a little pipe detail in there and a little model piece glued to the center. It's pretty fragile. The lids, the type of plastic they are, they don't adhere very well. So if you wanted something super durable, I would use something else. I think we're going to position it so that it's sort of in flight. So I am going to use a little hot glue on the bottom of both of these to put this into position, and then I'll put some epoxy and stuff in there afterwards. Get things in place while I'm working on this. And if something's not right, the hot glue is a lot easier to pull apart than epoxy or some other glues. If you're using hot glue, you can take a little can of compressed air, flip it upside down, and the coolant will actually set up the hot glue rapidly. You know what I really love about 3D printing? This was the one piece that I could not find from my childhood toy right here. The ramp. I'm going to cut off the little nubs that make it slide back and forth because I don't actually need those. I just love that there was somebody on Thingiverse, we'll leave a link in the description below where you can find it, that actually modeled a bunch of these pieces from these old toys. And now I actually have the ramp. I just think that's pretty awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna have to solder this on, but I thought first I'd just give you a quick look at this little tiny LED and let you take a look at it here. We've got a resistor just kind of strapped on. Whew, that sucker is bright! So we'll have to tone that down a little bit. Now on this one right here, we're missing this little top piece right there. I'm not fixing that because I remember being a kid. I remember when that broke because I threw the ship down the staircase and it didn't fly. So I'm keeping it the way it is.
You see, we all collect things in our own way. Some find the value of a completely mint toy still original in the box. Others appreciate a perfectly worn toy that shows the use it had from a child. I see an opportunity to take something I loved as a kid and transform it into both something I can continue to cherish as well as give it longevity. With my toy collection, I've been challenged to find a unique way of not only preserving them, but also displaying them. It's a constant battle in my mind. That was until this past summer. I found my love again for scale building, specifically a scale that works with the vast collection of the 3 3/4 figures and accessories I have. As a result of finding balance of displaying these and making them fit into our large full-scale room build, I've arrived at what I'm calling the pit. Imagine a world inside. If you entered our room, immersed into an interior of a ship from your favorite universe, and inside that room, inside that ship, you discover a scale build that's alive. Around every turn and in every corner, there's more to discover. Imagine, in a galaxy far, far away, beyond the outer rim, the only thing left is the pit. I know, that's not much to go on. It's pretty vague and it's cloudy, but it's all I really want to share with you for right now. The rest you're just going to have to discover with us as we discover it. For now, just know that this build, this modification, will ultimately be part of that journey. This is just the beginning, and I hope that you've enjoyed this transformation. I think what we have planned and how it will be incorporated into our ongoing room build will give you ideas, spark your creativity, and convince you that there has never been a better time to go out there and build something out of nothing.